Hello and welcome to the 28th episode of WCATChats. I'm Alex Carr, joined alongside by Nit and Raju, and we have two varsity volleyball players with us here today. So do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Ellie Myers and I'm a senior.
I'm Lucy She and I'm a junior.
So how are you guys doing today? I mean, it's pretty early up here, 8 a.m. on a Wednesday. How's the season been going so far? Give us like a quick little brief rundown.
Yeah, so we're currently 24-3, and it's been great. We're a super young team, but I've been super proud of all the work that we've been putting in. And like since tryouts, I've known that we really have something special this year.
Mm-hmm. The underclassmen have been working really hard and have been improving a lot too.
So you guys have been super dominant this season. What's made you guys so good?
So I would say we've had a really powerful hitter, Tony. She's an incoming freshman, but her vertical's huge. So anyone who's watched her has like come up to me and been like, "Wow, your freshman can jump." And I would say with Coach Maxey too, it's been a lot of practicing. I think we've spent like 40-something hours practicing last month, plus tournaments every weekend. So it's been a lot of consistency and a lot of getting ready for our in-season games that are really going to count towards our state run.
Okay, and so how'd you both get into volleyball? Because volleyball is not really a big mainstream sport as like other sports are. So how'd you guys get into that?
So I actually started playing YMCA volleyball when I was in third grade, I think. So it's been a big jump. I went to a few different clubs. I was at A5 for a while, which has been a really big club in Atlanta for a while. But then last year I changed to 575, which I feel like was a better fit for me. But it's just been, volleyball has grown a lot as a sport in Georgia, and I know Lucy can confirm this, but it's grown so much, and it's really exciting to see like the progress that it's made.
Mm-hmm. I started volleyball when I was 9. I started playing at A5, which is ranked nationally as a top volleyball club. And like Ellie said, it's really grown as a sport, and I love it.
And I can see that both of you guys are consistently at the top of the leaderboards for the team and numerous different stats. So can you tell us a little bit about your positions and how they go into this stat sheet?
Well, I'm a setter, and what a setter does is basically she sets her hitters up for like kills and stuff to earn points. And I have so far 475 assists, and Ellie's the person I set.
Yeah, so Lucy's my setter, and I'm a hitter, so I can kind of play wherever, outside, right side, typically not middle. That's more of MC Pope's job. But I have 217 kills this season, I think, and that's thanks to Lucy. But it's a big job. I work on, I would say front row is more of defense and offense, because you not only have to hit the ball, but you have to try and block the other team, which is personally my favorite part, because you get to shut them down, which I think is a lot more fun.
Mm-hmm. And now you're one of the team captains, also with MC Pope, who wasn't able to be to come today. But what's that like, being the team captain? Like, how does that play a role on the court and then also off of it?
Well, I guess I'll set this off by saying it's weird that like I'm a senior and a team captain now, because I remember being a sophomore on varsity and like looking at the seniors like thinking they were so old, and now that's me. So I've really come into this like with an attitude that I want to like set the team up for success, because since we have so many underclassmen and only 2 seniors this year, what we do now is going to like really determine what the program's going to be like for the next 4 years. And I know Lucy can confirm this, but it's been a lot of trying to set a precedent. And I mean, I think this is like the first season in a while where it's like I think everyone has really come to play, and it's 100% effort all of the time, which I really appreciate.
And talking about setting an example, can you talk about like the younger players who really made a big impact for your team this year?
Yeah, so of course you have Tony, and if you have it pulled up, you can see how many kills she has. But she's been like, I think she's ranked top in Georgia. I know our freshman Faith, who's a middle, is ranked 19th in Georgia for blocks right now, which is great. Like coming out her first year, being aggressive, and Kate Davis has been great with the serving. She comes in, she's an amazing serve. It's honestly very impressive, even though she's a sophomore, but it's been great watching them. Do you have any?
Also, Ashley Adams is a really dependent, like all-around player, front row and back row, and she's been on the team since her freshman year.
Yeah, all the people that you've listed they're all on top of the leaderboard, so clearly very capable younger players. But as a junior, what have you seen from your leaders, and how have they affected the team chemistry?
Well, it was really nice seeing Ellie grow into the role ever since like she was a sophomore and I was a freshman, and I really looked up to her, and she really has become like a good team leader. And it's really nice to see her like lead the team as a senior this year.
Thank you, Lucy. That's so nice.
And going back to seeing like the season as a whole, maybe like your entire careers as well, what's been your favorite memory, not only from this year, but maybe from the past couple of years?
I would have to say my favorite memory from varsity volleyball has been when we beat Lovett last year, and was it 3-1?
I think it was like 3-0, 3-1.
3-1, 3-0, 3-1. It was a great game. Honestly, we weren't slated to win, but we really came out and we fought super hard, and it was a great game, and it was so satisfying getting to beat Lovett finally and some of my club teammates, so I really loved that.
I agree with her. And also the game 2 years ago when we beat McIntosh when I was a freshman,
yeah.
That was also a really good game.
And are there any differences you saw between this year's team and then those past couple years' teams? Like, what have you seen change that has made you guys so good?
So I would say the biggest change so far was that we have so few upperclassmen compared to past years. Because I remember there's 7 seniors your freshman year, my sophomore year. So it's been a big change in the demographic of the team, it being people's first year on varsity. So honestly, I would say I think that's helped a lot to make people, when you're new to a team, you want to go out and make a good impression. So I think people have been fighting really hard, and I hope we can continue that past this year.
Yeah.
And looking forward to the season, any big matchups coming up that we should be aware of?
So we have our first region game against Holy Innocents this Thursday for our Spirit Night, so y'all should come out and watch. But we're playing Pace on September 12th, which will be a good game since we're actually ranked behind them in our division in Georgia. We're actually ranked 6th in Georgia right now, which we're super excited about. And we're playing Lovett on September 15th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys are on a 7-win streak right now. You're 24-3, which is an 89 win percentage, so clearly elite. What are you guys looking to do later on in the season, playoffs? What are you guys' expectations?
So I would say our biggest thing right now is we're pretty confident in the team, but we want to work on facing off against Lovett and Pace as late in the playoffs as possible. So just right now working on winning our region matches and setting ourselves up to, have, I guess, quote unquote, the easiest path to a state championship as possible.
And so what kind of separates you guys from your opponents? Do you guys any strengths or you things that really highlight your game that make you guys better?
I feel like our team chemistry is really good, even though a lot of our teammates are younger, but we've practiced a lot more than other schools, I think. So I think our team chemistry is really what sets us apart from Pace and Lovett.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything special your team does for team bonding, dinners or anything?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we just spend a ton of time around each other with practices and stuff. But I would say we've done a lot of, team dinners. We had our team bonding. I would say we communicate a lot outside of practice. We're always excited to see each other in the hall, outside of the court. So I'd say that kind of it shows that we are a cohesive team.
Yeah.
And you guys have both been doing elite, as I said. So are you guys looking to play collegiately, or have you seen any younger players that you think can go to the next level?
Yeah, I would say definitely with our team, there's a lot of potential to play in college. I know one of our players right now is going on an official visit soon, so we'll keep everyone posted on that. But personally, I'm looking to see if I can play in college because I would love to. But for me, it's not the most important thing to me. But I would I love volleyball and I'd really love to continue playing it.
Like Ellie, said, I would also love to play in college and play volleyball in college. Okay, sorry. Like Ellie said, I would love to play volleyball in college, and I'm talking to a few schools, and hopefully that can be my future goals.
Yeah, and then going back to pregame superstitions, do you guys have anything special that you guys do to get ready?
Yeah, we have a few things. I'll have to keep them secret though, for the most part. But we do try and the things we do. It's mostly shake out the pregame nerves and get everyone warmed up for the game. But I would say the funniest part for me is that everyone keeps it a secret until we do it for the first time at our first home game. So all the underclassmen are super shocked. I remember how scared I was.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a big surprise when you first do it.
At first home game. Yeah.
All right, and now that you guys are older players, what's some advice you would give to your younger self or any younger players that have some questions?
I mean, I would say, frankly, for me, it's in sports, there's going to be hard times and things aren't necessarily always going to go your way. So you need to be prepared to, pick yourself up and move on from that, because at the end of the day, you're playing sports because you love them. So just believing in yourself in that aspect and believing in your ability to carry on.
I would say, like, don't compare yourself to other people because you're on your own journey. And, like, if you think someone else is doing better, but you're doing, like, the best you can. So don't compare yourself to other people.
And then any last messages to the viewers about the volleyball season? Anything you want to say?
I would say come out to our home games because they're super fun and they're indoors so they're not hot. And come to our Spirit Night tomorrow at 5 and 7 versus Holy Innocents in Morgan County.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming, and good luck with your Spirit Night. And we hope to see you guys well in the rest of your season.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie and Lucy, for joining us. I believe that was one of the best interviews we've ever actually had. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the first time we've had an interviewee come prepped, and I think it really showed off there.
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to learn about a sport that I haven't really learned too much about, which is, it's always great to learn new stuff. But now, switching to a sport that I do know, football. The Cats unfortunately fell to Benedictine, but kept it way closer than everyone expected. They've lost 27-14, but that doesn't really show the progress that the Cats have made throughout that game. At first, last year, I mean, we're kind of expecting a little bit of a romping. Last year,
28-0 in like the first two and a half, 3 quarters there, and they come here 27-14, and they were pretty much in it up until the last couple minutes. So I mean, it's a pretty good showing for the Cats.
Yeah, and Benedictine, they scored 42 points in both of their first 2 games. That one held to 27. So I mean, the Cats' defense clearly stepped up, but also the offense. At first, it looked like we were having trouble getting the ball moving, but Wade Penn really took it into his own hands. Over 100 yards rushing on the ground, plus a touchdown and a receiving touchdown.
And a touchdown pass.
And a passing touchdown. He threw a completion for 32 yards to Brand Morgan, which is ridiculous. He's normally a linebacker, but he had 3 touchdowns. He had a Christian McCaffrey type of day.
Pretty much.
It was remarkable. But the defense stepped up. Lawton Soderman, Houston Gragnani, and Mason Tice for the secondary really slowed down the FSU committed quarterback. So, I mean, it was a great day for the Cats.
Yep.
Fortunately, didn't come away with a win, but, I mean, showed a lot of improvements, and I think we're going to have an exciting season.
I mean, no game this week, but we'll be looking forward to next Friday when we play.
We will be playing, I'm guessing Holy Innocents.
Holy Innocents, probably.
Oh. You don't know?
We will double check on that for you.
Yep, we will. We will be playing Benedict Centennial
at Centennial. So that's gonna be a pretty far up drive up to is that Alpharetta area up there?
I'm not sure.
Let's
We'll
see.
just take a peek.
Oh no, it's like mid Atlanta.
That's Olympic Park.
Oh shoot.
He looked up Centennial Olympic Park.
Centennial High School. It's up in Roswell. It's about a 40-minute drive from Westminster. So if you can, there'll probably be some buses going up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Some
And
support.
then
And then
moving over to softball.
Yeah, softball's 5-3, but in the region they're 1-0. Unfortunately, they lost to Blessed Trinity 4-0. But we also have some new up and coming news.
Yeah, they won yesterday 13-1 against Southwest DeKalb, which I believe is another region game, right? So they'll be 2-0 in region now. And looking back at the box score here, they had 8 hits, and they only gave up 1 hit with another great showing by Adelaide Banks going 5 innings and 8 strikeouts. They had C.C. Schrader with 2 hits, and again, McKenna Beckers with 2 hits. So, I mean, overall, pretty solid game for the Wildcats as they look to play Lovett today. So, another Battle of Buckhead at 5 at home. And the first 50 people get Chick-fil-A biscuits or Chick-fil-A sandwiches. So, make sure to come out there and support the Batcats.
Yeah, the Batcats had a strong showing, and they're pitching with a lot of young players. It's looking very dominant. And then also volleyball, we went over this a little bit earlier, 24-3, just dominance from the Cats. So look to see their dominance continue against, last Thursday they beat Forsyth, and then they also beat Holy Innocents and Morgan County.
Yep. And Thursday's Highs and Morgan County, that'll be Spirit Night.
Yep.
So make sure to come out there and support the Volley Cats. And moving over to the trails, cross country. The girls have their first meet this week, the Carrollton meet. So hopefully the Sisterhood can get their season off to a great start. And they have a couple of weeks to get up to speed. And we'll see how that goes for the Wildcats. But up past Wildcats, we're moving over to pro sports. Talk to us about the Braves, Alex.
The Atlanta Braves, they had one of the most entertaining series I've ever seen against the Dodgers.
Yep.
Ronald Acuna, Mookie Betts, the NL MVP race, not even to mention their teammates Freddie Freeman and
Matt Olson.
Olson. I mean, everyone on those teams are elite, to say the least.
And it's just been pretty fun to watch. I mean, the Braves are 90-47, pretty much about, let's say, about 5.5 games in the lead for first. I mean, it's pretty impressive. They did lose yesterday 10-6, but Kyle Wright's on the come up, and hopefully the Braves can make a deep push into the playoffs.
Yeah, let's see if the Braves can carry their success into the playoffs. That's one thing I'm worried about. Did we get too hot too early?
Yeah.
I mean, like, eventually a team's got to cool off, and with the amount of production we've been getting from all of our players, at some point I'm going to be a little bit worried about how long we can continue this.
Yeah, but the Braves season's coming to a bit of an end here with the playoffs coming around the corner, but the Falcons will be getting their season started this weekend against the Panthers. Week 1 of the NFL season. You ready, Alex?
I am as ready as I ever could be. I got my fantasy lineup set up. I think I'm honestly excited for what the Falcons can do. I mean, we got a new young core. I'm excited for Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, and then also Cordero Patterson, who's on the bench for my fantasy football team.
Ooh.
If you want to see a little bit more about that, go to last episode where we went through a fantasy football draft with some of our classmates, which was a lot of fun to film. But I think the Falcons are going to have a good young season. I mean, it's just going to be a developmental year with our Desmond Ridder at quarterback. Yep. So looking to get Kyle Pitts the ball a little bit more than last year and get that running game going. Also, Drake London.
Drake London's a great wide receiver out there for the Falcons. The entire team is just young, so just getting them experience and just get them rolling. Mm-hmm. But the NFC South is not the strongest division, so the Falcons,
it is not. It is open.
Falcons got a shot, and if they get hot at the right time. Super Bowl.
That is a stretch. I was thinking maybe a spot in the playoffs, but I mean,
Go big or go home.
They do have a very weak conference. I'll tell you that. It is Panthers who hasn't been consistent since Cam Newton left.
All right. Let's walk through the schedule here. W in Carolina.
Well, actually, before you go through this, ESPN said they have the second easiest schedule in the NFL.
Which is valid. Okay, let's go to that schedule here. W in Carolina. Possible win at Green Bay with Jordan Love.
L in Detroit.
L in Jacksonville.
You think Jacksonville's going to beat the Falcons?
Trevor Lawrence.
They
are good.
Trevor Lawrence and who?
Their team.
Name a second player.
Travis Etienne.
Third.
Evan Ingram.
I thought Evan Ingram was on the did he sign with the Jaguars?
Yeah, he's been on the Jags.
Oh. This is his first year?
No. Second year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All
right, so I'm thinking 2-2 in week 4. Dub in Houston, dub in Washington, 4-2. Dub in Tampa Bay, 5-2. L in Tennessee, L in Minnesota, W in Arizona. Then we're going W New Orleans, L in New York, W Tampa Bay, W Carolina, possible W Indianapolis, possible W Chicago and New Orleans again.
So you're thinking there's a possibility that the Atlanta Falcons go like 12-5?
Yes. Yes, it's very possible. Their schedule is really, really bad.
Honestly, it is. They have one of the weakest schedules I've ever seen. But then on the flip side, for my team that I like the New England Patriots. And you may be thinking, why? Well, I'm born in Connecticut. It's in the New England area.
I think Alex is actually a bandwagon.
Yeah.
Ever since Tom Brady, he's just been.
Well, actually, this is the first year where in my life that Tom Brady won't be playing football, which is just crazy to me. I mean, I remembered watching him when I was growing up, playing with him in Madden.
Yeah.
With my older brothers. It's weird to think he's not here anymore.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers' career is coming to a little bit of a close. I mean, it's going to be ushering a new era in football.
Yeah, it is an end of the era. The Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. I mean, it's end of an era, but also it's exciting. New era with a kind of different skill set.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more like mobile quarterbacks, like Michael Buhey.
So, exactly, like Michael Buhey.
It's going to be a fun new era in football. Be fun to watch.
All right.
U.S. Open.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch the
Tiafoe
Shelton match?
That was a great match.
I didn't get to finish it, unfortunately, but from what I saw, I mean, at first, Tiafoe fell apart in that first set, but Ben Shelton on fire. And then in the second one, it looked like in the second set, Tiafoe just came back with the fire. Yeah. But Ben Shelton did come out on top. It was he won 6-2, 6-3, 7-6, and then 6-2 to close out the match. But what a game it was.
His serve is incredible.
Yeah.
2 matches ago, he hit 149 twice, which is unheard of.
The world record's 152 or 154.
He might hit it if he has enough adrenaline here, especially against Djokovic coming up
Yeah.
on Friday.
An
So that's
exciting
that's
match.
going to be a crazy match. Whew.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning, Alex?
Unfortunately, I feel like Djokovic is going to win. He's
Yeah.
like always so consistently at the top of the game. Really, he's been besides his injury, he's been in the top 5. It feels like for the past like 15 years. He's going for the most Grand Slams
Yeah.
in a career.
And then on the other side of the bracket, Carlos Alcaraz and Zverev.
Zverev.
So, and then Medvedev and Rublev.
Yeah, so
ooh.
I mean, a ton of great matches to look forward to, and a lot of country.
Yeah, Medvedev and Rublev.
And then also Tiafoe versus Shelton. So
Yeah. Oh my God, Fritz got just manhandled by Djokovic. in
Yeah,
3
he
sets.
did.
So,
not to brag, but I actually did ball boy for Taylor Fritz and Francis Tiafoe when I was younger. So I'm kind of, and also John Isner, though there is no. He's not as great as he once was, but still an incredible player.
exactly. And then I think that's everything for sports.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. And as always, Alex Carr, Nitin Raju, go Cats.
What were you showing us, Mom?
Oh, wait.